Welcome back. Well, Canada is bringing back mandatory random COVID testing for fully vaccinated travelers landing in Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and Calgary. This starts next Tuesday, and it's been a little over a month since this testing was put on hold because of how much of a mess it made at all our airports, and seemingly we were relaxing COVID restrictions. On top of this, as we all know, there's been major delays at airports, especially here in Montreal. People are losing their bags while on their trips. So to try to navigate through all of this mess, happy to be joined, as always, by Martin Firestone, president of Travel Secure Inc. and an insurance broker in travel medical coverage. Welcome back to the show, Martin.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with these new random testing regulations. What's your first reaction?
Not surprised, needless to say. They didn't remove them. They carefully used the word suspended, which tells you that it's always the chance that it can come back, and in fact it has. So July 19th, the only good news I see out of this is it's not being done at the airport level. In fact, you have to do it outside of the airport, which should, well, let's put it this way, it's not going to make it any more crowded than it is already.
Right, but I need, because when this came out yesterday, I was reading the release, reading the information. So let's say I'm coming back to Montreal, I'm randomly selected for a test. I have 24 hours to go to an approved testing facility. Is that right?
It appears that way, although there seems to be the other option, and it's not quite clear as to whether that's an offer to you or you don't get a choice to be able to do it online through those companies that do it where the registered nurse or someone is watching you take the test. Not quite clear if that's a choice or you get one or you get the other.
So how do you think this will be controlled? So what happens if, again, hypothetically, I decide not to show up within 24 hours? There are going to be checks?
You run the risk who's giving
Right.
who of a fine, and who knows how serious they will follow up on it. I mean, it's not going to keep a traveler from traveling, I don't believe, but it is going to be another little pain that you have to go through after you've sat on the plane for 3 hours, come back to no bag, now you got to go do this.
Absolutely.
It's mayhem. That's all it is.
Well, let's talk some more about this mayhem. How do you think, I mean, from your vantage point, you've done great analysis for us throughout the pandemic on the impacts of COVID on the travel industry. So first of all, maybe tell us how things are going and with everything that's going on with COVID, the restrictions, airports, passports, airline cancellations. I mean, how are you making sense of all this?
It's not getting any better from what I can see. And now I'm the one that's hearing it from my clientele who are returning, and it is a nightmare out there. Whether you're coming back from Rome or somewhere else, you are hearing stories of delayed flight, canceled flights, no hotels to stay in on the night that you have to stay because your flight's been canceled. They're totally filled to capacity, people sleeping in lobbies outside the hotel. It is hard to believe until you actually hear it from the people themselves. But nothing has improved, and sadly, I don't think anything much is going to change in the next 2 months.
Really? So how is Canada faring compared to others? Because we've made a lot of calls on our government. Air Canada has taken a lot of flack. So is this generalized? Are there countries or airlines who are doing better? I mean, or are we just part of the pack and everybody's in the same situation?
We are part of the pack, and everyone is in the same situation, with the exception that Canada still requires that ArriveCAN doc, which is slowing things down, and you don't face ArriveCAN docs, needless to say, in other countries. So that's what's making Pearson and Trudeau Airport being number 1 and 2 in the rankings of delays and cancellations, because so many things are backing up. It's like a domino effect. And now you need to look at the ArriveCAN, or you're getting checked, or you're getting asked questions. That's slowing everything down. Hence, all the problems happen.
So what would be the solutions? Are there any fixes that you see out there that could be implemented here in Canada that we're not doing, either from the government side or from the airline side?
Or the terminal side.
Or the terminal side. Absolutely. You're right. Yeah.
Government, airlines, and terminal. they're all making efforts, and with all due respect, pointing fingers at each other. The bottom line is the infrastructure is not keeping up with the demand of travel. So, yes, lower your schedule, cancel some flights. So you see what Heathrow's doing with limiting it to 100,000 people a day, if you can believe it, going through that airport. This is going to take time, and no amount of staff or labor that you're going to train for baggage or check-in or security is going to have an immediate effect on this. It's the sheer numbers of people. The only thing that will change this is if people all start rethinking their decisions to travel and choose to cancel trips or not book trips. That will alleviate some of the rush, but that goes totally against what we've been dreaming of for the last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. But this was foreseeable, right? Wasn't it?
Nobody in their wildest dreams could have seen this one. I mean, we go from 0 to 100 in 10 seconds. It's like once the restrictions were removed, such as the need for a negative COVID test to enter back into Canada, or all the other restrictions. If you go back the last 2 years, we've gone on quite a ride. But what we didn't expect, I think our government, our airlines, and our terminals, the sheer numbers of people who just decided, I'm tired, I want to get away. And that's what we're facing right now.
So aside arming yourself with patience and tolerance and crossing your fingers, any tips for travelers?
Well, carry-on luggage, I'm telling you, it's shocking how people who would typically, and I'm talking my clientele, who would have gone to Italy and had 2 or 3 bags, can actually get away with carry-on luggage now because the alternative is a lot worse. And worried not about that it gets lost or delayed. It's lost and you're out lots of money. So they'd rather have it on their back. But the fear I have there, by the way, quickly is if everybody is going to go carry on, then those overhead bins are not going to handle everybody's, and you're ultimately going to end up in the bottom of the plane with your carry on, which is going to totally defeat the purpose. Okay,
so that's the main tip.
For avoiding lost luggage, no question. If you can keep it on the plane with you, you avoid that. Others is timing, getting there early, and you said pack your patience because when you land, you are not getting off that plane immediately, and you are not getting through the lines and the halls of the terminals. You just have to know nothing is simple anymore at all.
And is there any chance that this will ease off, I don't know, in September or October? Do you think there could be months ahead where this will calm down at all?
Absolutely. I mean, once school gets back after Labor Day, once families aren't going on the family vacations anymore, we will have a lull and hopefully get ready for snowbird season in November and Christmas holidays in December. And that is our earliest hope of getting back to new normal. There will never be the old normal. That's gone. I mean, from passports to every single other facet of travel, we will never be back to what it used to be.
Martin, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
My pleasure, David. Thank you.
Martin Firestone is president of Travel Secure, Inc. and an insurance broker in travel medical coverage.